What is going on, my baboon brothers, my simian sisters? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today we're continuing the nostalgia trip and we're examining another game by our best bud LVJD, one of the original creative players of Advanced Wars by Web, preceding Chautauquan, Grim Guy, all the meme accounts, Tesla. This guy plays to have fun, but he still wins when he does that. And this time, he has one of his biggest challengers yet, DeadFS. One of the players I like to say is probably top 5 of all time in Advanced Wars by Web, and there's a lot of competition. Lagatua, Rip, Voice of Akasha definitely, Everdan, Go7, Lord Clefairy, the list goes on, Chautauquan himself. So, this is basically a clash. I think this took place in 2023, a clash between the old guard and the new guard. DeadFS, a current player, he's been playing it for a few years now. LJVD no longer plays. I think he played from 2020 to 2023. This might be near the end of his career. And so a clash of different timelines in Advanced Wars by Web. And what better map to play on than Rivendell, a classic map. I've played probably dozens of games on this map. I've seen dozens of games on this map. A Hall of Fame classic map. I don't even know if I've actually reviewed a game on this map on this channel other than a Live League game I played against Go7. So it's a classic map. So the map here, Rivendell, what's unique about it? Well, first things first, it's a base light map, meaning there's only 2 bases per side. You have an airport over here, and you also have a very exposed HQ. That is kind of the thing about this map. A lot of the time, it comes down to HQ rushing. I've seen this time in and time out. This base over here, they go for copter spam, eventually a T-copter or an APC. Fairy infantry over here, try to cut off this base from fighting on. Maybe if Pink Desperation builds a battleship to lock the HQ. A lot of variations of the HQ rush happening. Sometimes you can defend it, sometimes you can't defend it. This is a very weak base for a few reasons. You have 2 mountains here, you have forest here as well, but yellow can place an infantry or a T-copter or anything here, and then you basically can't go up. You have to actually base lock yourself to attack or kill the unit, and then you basically can never make any units anymore because they'll just keep putting a unit here, and a unit here to block. So very easy to overwhelm this base because of these 2 mountains. If you get rid of one of these mountains, the base becomes infinitely stronger because you wouldn't have to wrap around like this to defend your HQ, and you wouldn't have to worry about getting blocked so easily from just one unit up there. What else is unique about this map is the comm towers are very inaccessible. I'd say 9 times out of 10, neither of the comm towers are capped because you have to invest in a T-copter, a black boat, or dare I say, bust open this pipe seam. It takes probably like 3 or 4 turns with an artillery without any comm tower boosts. So not usually worth investing the time and effort into break that pipe seam. This is a lower income map, by the way. It's 20k per side. There's a lot of contested properties, namely these 3 in the corner are contested, as well as this. This is the most contested base. This, or city, these 2 are the most contested. Always they're contested because this infantry will finish this cap around the same time this infantry finishes this cap, and then you're just going to duke it out because both of you want to chain onto this city. So there's always a fight there. Therefore, the day-to-day COs like Lash, Kindle, they have a field day on this map because contested cities, it's 20k per side. Since there is contested cities, usually it's more like 18k to 17k per side. So a very fun brawly match, I should say. A brawly HQ map with base light, which is kind of a rarity. Usually, brawly and HQ rush don't really go hand to hand, but I think this is a unique map, and it's easy to see why this is a Hall of Fame game. T-copters are viable to HQ rush or steal these properties. I've actually seen a black boat built over here before, not only to go to the comm tower, but to block in the middle and transport infantry from here to the middle very quickly. I've seen battleships built pretty frequently in order to defend against the HQ. I've seen games with me and Mangs hosted the Grandmasters tournament. The first season, we saw stealth fighters, we saw bombers, we saw a carrier. We saw a carrier on these ports. So there is just a lot of dynamicism that you can find on this map. Therefore, it makes sense that it's a Hall of Fame map. And we have 2 of the best players. The only thing missing is I don't like mirror matchups, but we got it all other than the mirror matchup. We got freaking best players of all time, one of the best maps of all time. What more can you ask for? So anyway, Without further ado, let's begin the... Oh, it's a tier 4 matchup. I'll briefly glaze over this. Tier 4 matchup. Adder makes the most sense. Everyone goes Adder in tier 4. Everyone goes Kindle in tier 2, or used to be tier 3, where she was available. Brawly matchup, Max in tier 2. Usually day-to-day COs. Von Bolt if he's allowed. Sasha if not. So anyway, without further ado, let's begin the game. So in the top, in the O Comet, we have DeadFS. In the bottom, in the Pink Shaman, we have LVJD. I keep mixing, I think I have dyslexia or something. I keep calling him LJVD instead of LVJD. I'll probably do it again this map, or this game, but don't care. Anyway, interestingly enough, going for the early airport. So what that tells me is he's either going to go for the T-Copter to the Comm Tower, which is very unlikely, or the T-Copter up here, or an early battle copter to just put pressure, because copters are great on this map because you have this choke point. So a copter can do some damage. You put an infantry to plug that hole. You put a tank to plug that hole, and you can't get the revenge kill on the copter. A copter or some sort of air unit blocking here, you have to have an anti-air present there. And you can just do a lot of damage. You can artillery lock, put like a couple of units here. A copter can be one of them. You can attack from a mountain. You can attack from the side. Copters are just phenomenal on this map, which makes Adder even better. I wouldn't even consider the other COs here. Jess and Jake, hell no. I'm building Adder every day of the week, and if he's not allowed, I'm probably getting Cole. Maybe even Grim. Probably not, though. But just crazy good copter, so it makes sense. Going for this cap over here, like I said, he's going to start capping there. He's going to start capping there. Going to finish around the same time. And just going to brawl over this city. So, interestingly enough, it looks like DeadFS is going for this back cap first rather than for this front area. I guess because usually people go for this mountain here and then go for this. So accelerated like that. But since he senses he's not accelerating his movements over here, he's instead chilling, going for the back cap. So both of them are playing a little off the meta, which I always enjoy. Recons are terrible in this map, so I doubt we'll see a single recon this entire game. So far, so peaceful. It's not going to last for very long, though. Peace is very short-lived on this map. LVJD will have the first tank. He'll probably build it from a strong side over here, if I were a betting man. Or maybe he holds out and he could build on his weak side. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what he does. He could also build an artillery. This guy is nuts. He doesn't really care. Builds a tank on his strong side. That tracks. Go for the property over here. I mean, this is an easy interrupt. Neither of them have a comm tower, though. So this is actually... Normally, when you have a comm tower, it favors the initiator of the attack, even if the terrain isn't as good. If it's a plane or even a bridge, sometimes the one tower wins, or usually the one tower wins. However, without any comm tower, you can get a bad roll and you can get a 7-7. Usually, you get 6, like 8 with a comm tower, but without a comm tower, it's probably going to be a 6-7 or 7-7, which is not very good for the attacker. So, at best, it'll come out even for both of the units I would anticipate. So attacks from the plane, gets a good 6 roll, 6-7. You guys in chat, I don't know what that even means. What the hell? Base skips for a T-Copter. This man really wants to HQ rush or really wants to comm tower. LJVD, LVGB, LMNOP is already going nuts. Very interesting. I've never seen this before. A base skip on day 6. That is huge. You really don't want to base skip in Advanced Wars, but you really don't want to base skip on base light, and you really don't want to base skip on base light in Advanced Wars on a base light map at day 6. Base light, day 6, base skip is near suicide in Advanced Wars. That is basically conceding the game on most maps. But he doesn't give a shit. He's doing it. And he can probably win with it. Gets a good roll here, 4-4. So it looks like they're just going to be fighting around, basically canceling each other out. The tank, smartly, instead of going over here to finish off this infantry, really wants to prevent these caps from going on. I really like the sneaky tank over here. Going the back channel rather than the front channel, I really prefer that, honestly, because this tank covers that infantry. So this tank over here can't really do that much work. I would have loved to see this go the back way, just like DeadFS did. A lot more pressure that way. But let's see what LV can do here. Infantry roll basically goes as expected. The one thing it does do is it does prevent this guy from attacking here, because then you just lose the infantry. So there's that. It does pressure these two caps, but now yellow can easily grab this cap right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't reach because of this stupid pesky forest. So the tank is going to prevent those caps. You kind of have to retreat here, honestly. Like, well, I don't know what else you do here. And I don't think you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This infantry has no place to escape, really. It gets hit every single area it goes. No matter, because a tank only reaches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So wherever this goes, it's getting hit. So unfortunately for LVGD, I don't think he really took that into account, and this tank is going to get a free hit. So not a great look, but he does have this more contested property right here. I'm curious to see what he does with his own tank, his own infantry boosting. Still goes for the cap here. I would have gone on the city at least, so at least the tank has to attack from the shoal. You get some chip damage back, and you're on the city, take less damage. This is just going to knock you down to 5, most likely. T-Copter, okay, he's really going for the HQ area. Interestingly enough, double tanking it up. I mean, I would have brought this back even further. I probably would have put on this plane here. I don't know what it really gains being right there. Because now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can double kill and put a T-Copter on top and block it. It's actually not terrible. Builds a mech over here, I guess, to way too late. Actually, what he could have done, he could have saved this. Infantry goes on the city. You build a mech. The tank can't attack from the shoal. The mech will move 2 spaces. He should have done that. Oh, that's a good move. I'm glad I spotted that. Yeah, you cannot attack this. He could have saved the infantry. Oh, that was a rare miss from LGVD. He could have definitely saved this infantry, not just given it up to the wolves. And then you really want unit count on base light. You've already base skipped. You only have 2 bases. You really need the unit count on these sorts of maps. Overwhelming in the middle, so LVJD is looking pretty good overall despite the base skip. I don't like the infantry loss, but he's winning control of the middle, which is pretty impressive at this stage in the game. And he also got this really contested property where yellow does not have that. So really been impressed so far, other than this tank just having the time of its life. So he's going to get one of the properties in the middle, has to retreat with the other unit. Really don't like this move, though. Every infantry counts. Goes for the KO here. Is the tank able to get on top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, tank go on top of the city. Prevent the tank from getting an easy strike back, and you're looking good. You do have to beware. This actually... Oh. Okay. So... This allows a tank hit. There is a copter. This anti will not reach in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will with a power, but he won't have a power in time. I don't love this tank. I would have, even with the copter coverage on this tank, I would have preferred to have the tank putting HQ pressure. This guy can capture that, sure, or you can put him in a T-Copter, and then next turn you're really threatening the HQ. You have 2 tanks and a copter on the HQ. I don't really like splitting it up like this. I mean, it's a free hit, and then you can probably steal this property, but it's a bit of a gamble. I also don't know about that. I mean, I guess it was going to die anyway, so it's not terrible, but okay. Mech, building another mech. Really loving the mechs this game. Can't hate that, I guess. Allowing the tank hit, though, even at the... I don't know. I don't love that. I don't love that. It's going to probably be like a 9-5 or an 8-5 or a 9-4 without a comm tower. With that chip damage, probably more like a 9-4. So let's see what happens. Yeah, 9-4 with the chip damage. You don't love it. And then the copter comes and hits it down to like probably a 5. Knocks it to a 5, maybe a 4 without a comm tower. So then you're net equal because they'll both be at 4, but you could have been ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been ahead in that. You could have killed the infantry and been ahead in the tank capture or tank damage, but you got there's a net infantry win there, but it's a little dubious. And especially if he gets the power, then this will... Oh, he didn't put it where he should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He put it down here on the silo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will reach the copter with a power. So, okay. Tank being feisty over here. Without a comm tower, that's not really a great trade for you. Loses this, and now, since you don't have that extra infantry, 1, 2 turns and you're threatening the HQ. So now LVJD already has to worry about, does this tank going to reinforce in time? Do I have to resort to a battleship? Does this guy have to stop his cap to rush over here as fast as possible? All because of that one infantry. That's kind of why I like base light maps sometimes, is because every unit matters that much more. People are a lot less reckless with the units in general if they want to win, assuming they want to win. So every battle matters that much more. Everything's more high stakes. Mixed base and in base light maps, every single battle matters that much more. So I think it's fun. Gonna sack that in there, but he's still gonna capture this. There's no way to stop this. The mech won't reach, infantry won't be enough. So LJVD will get this cap over here. He probably wants to. He's going to get split because there's going to be some forces coming here via infantry, and then he also needs to fight at the bottom, so he might be losing that in the near term. So let's see what he does here. Copter will get ahead. Probably knock it down to 5, though. Oh, I mean, maybe this is turning out okay for him. He's winning the middle. 5, maybe? Nope, 4. Okay. Nice mech right there. I mean, it won't reach with power. I don't think he's going to get a power anyway. I don't know about this, though. Because then he can just cap that next turn. I would have preferred to put this on the mountain and have like a defender. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Okay, tank's coming in. Really needs to worry about that. He might start saving up for a battleship or something. Build's not... Bro. This is not live league. They have 28 days. My man over here, LVJD, he base skips again on a base light map to build a singular artillery. What? So my thought process here is, first off, I don't like the artillery on the weak side over here. I don't know where you're going to put it, like here, and then hope to lock down that city, or you're trying to bring it back here to lock down the HQ. I already do not like the artillery. I don't like the base skip. I think I know why. He wants to combine this 9 and then 4, and then he'll have 27k plus that to 28k, which is a battleship. So he'll be able to build a battleship next turn, assuming he combines the tanks. But I don't like the artillery. I mean, honestly, build like another mech or an infantry. Keep this guy alive. Put this infantry here, build another infantry or mech, and then build another infantry over here. You're good. Hell, you could build a recon. I don't care. You have a recon probably better than this shit, man. I really don't like that artillery. I mean, this is looking scary, so I think he's kind of forced to, looks like he's kind of forced, actually, to build a battleship next turn. But build a mech, man. Don't build an artillery. I don't like that. So he's got to combine these 2 units, which means I don't think he can kill this in cap, because if he does that, this 4 HP won't reach. And he needs to combine because he does not have enough money. So I don't think he can actually kill this with that unit in cap. I think he has to kill with his infantry. Yeah, he has to bring it back. I mean, I can read this boy's mind. Don't get me wrong, but... Okay. 7-6. Ugh. So I don't know where this... Where is this going? Down south. Okay. Huh. Copter. Being overpowered as usual. Cute little block. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Gave up this property, though. I mean, without a CO power, this is basically yellows. I really don't like that artillery, man. You're going to lose this property they worked so hard for. It's a really nice advantage. I mean, LVGD, he's base skipped twice. He's ahead 4K, which is pretty impressive, honestly. Considering all of the weird stuff he's been doing. He went for a T-copter early and base skipped, and a lot of weird stuff, yet I can't justify giving that up, though, just for free. You work so hard. So I don't love that. Medium tank comes in. Anti-air comes in, gets a free hit. That's getting a little scary over here, so he has to tech up himself. I mean, yeah, that's guaranteed, honestly. You hate to see it. This battleship, it could move up here and then stops the blockers. That's another thing. I never see people move the battleship off of this because I guess they're too busy firing. Move it up here. You can start attacking infantry over here. You can start attacking this pipe seam over here, actually, from here. Probably only takes 2 or 3 hits to kill that. Probably 3 without a comm tower. So there is some utility in that. This copter, is it sacking itself here? If it kills, probably not. Then you finish off the tank, and then I think you're okay here. You lose the copter, but you also killed 2 tanks in the process. And then you get a revenge kill on the anti-air afterward. I really don't like that, though. It sucks. And these anti-airs are going back and forth. You see it all the time. Confused artillery. They don't know where to go. If you do not have a plan for what your artillery is going to do when you buy it, it's not a good buy. A tank you can be flexible with. Infantry you can be flexible with. Things change, whatever. Artillery are not flexible units. You need to have an idea what you're going to do with it when you buy it. Where is it going to go? What properties is it going to lock down? What unit is it going to defend against? Is it going to do a base rush? You have to have some sort of idea going with your artillery. Artillery are one of the harder units to use. Tanks are easy. Tanks are, like drinking water. Artillery is much more complicated. It's not rocket science, but it's much more complex. It's not breathing. So I already hate this buy, man. He could have stopped this cap with literally, he could have built a recon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would reach in one turn. You don't even need a superpower. And then you wouldn't even need to worry about, base skipping over here. A recon and an infantry. Hello, you don't even need to worry about any of that stuff. So, sometimes I hate artillery. Ill bought artillery. And now, Dead FS has the income lead, despite LVGD leading the rest of the game. The LVGD is ahead on unit value, but 28,000 is tied down in his battleship. Oh wait, I just missed this. Very smart. He actually did. The copter was not given up. Very nice tactics. Yeah, he kept the copter alive. Well done. Well done. Well done. The tactics are keeping him in the game. He's doing some weird stuff, getting away with it. Building another artillery. He had more money. He could have built a tank. He's worried about the medium tank. Honestly, I'd probably just build an infantry, and next turn I'd build, say, a bomber. Build my own medium tank or neo tank. I really don't like these artillery buys. That's 12k right in here, and I don't know if they're going to do very much damage. So let's see what he has up his sleeve. But yeah, now Dead FS has the income advantage, and it's already starting to get more. And like I said, it's so easy to block these units. So easy to block the units. Okay. Wants to really not allow these to be recaptured. That's going to hurt, though. It's really going to hurt. With the power, this is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's dead. He needs to build a bomber here, I would say. Built a neo tank. Okay. Would have preferred to see a bomber, but he wants the unit count, I suppose. Could combine these two units and have 1k more. I would have loved to see a bomber. You combine these two and you build a bomber instead. And then you have enough for an infantry and a bomber. Combine these two, you don't even really need this 3 HP guy right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the power. The neo tank to cover this, you need to use a superpower. A bomber would have been so good. There is another anti-air. Let's not kid ourselves. There is another anti-air, so I see the appeal in not, but I hate this thing. I hate it. LJVD made it work in his game versus Handsome Audio on Naranja. He made the artilleries work. He did anti-tank meta, and he made it work, but this is Dead FS we're talking about. This is not Handsome Audio. No shade to him. He's a good player, but Dead FS is built different. This guy's one of the best players of all time. You cannot do too many weird things. You can get away with some weird stuff, but yeah, I don't know. And now you got the HQ threat over here. Sidewinder. He needs to use it in order to reach this medium tank. Is this even going to be a good trade, though? Okay, that's pretty decent. I was expecting a little worse because there's no comm towers. I thought it might be like a 6-7, which is not very good, but seems to be doing okay. Move the artillery here to finish off, I suppose. I'm going to consider sacking this. Well, maybe you can block or the Recopter reaches, so maybe I would have sacked into this. Maybe make it a 4-9 if you're lucky. Battleship should probably attack this and try to get this as a compensation thing. Did it even attack? Yeah, it did. It did attack. So one more attack and it should kill that. But he has no infantry in range. It's going to take forever for him to capture this. Medium tank retreats. Can't revenge it because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's unfortunate. And now Dead FS has a pretty significant unit count advantage, and he can even afford to get a comm tower over here. Builds a neo tank as well. Things are looking a little rough for LJVD. He's got pretty good unit value, but like I said, it's all tied into this black boat, which perpetually basically defends his HQ. But so he doesn't really need to. I would have sent this infantry over here, and I would. This is plenty. You have an artillery here to defend against copters. I mean, if a bomber comes, that's a different story, but I don't know. See what he can cobble together. I mean, LJVD, he's a master of weird shit. But now it looks like DFS has control of the middle. LJVD had control of the middle early, and strangely enough, doesn't go for this cap, I guess, because of this, obviously, of this artillery's blocking, but significant income advantage right now. And that was kind of anticlimactic. I thought he would go a little further. Turns out this was busted open, but I mean, I honestly, like, for the degree of shenanigans he did, like, this base skip, I think he's, like, I think he's ahead here. Like, I think LVJV is ahead here. He could have made it even better. Like, double tank here? Oh, this is not terrible, though, because it did enable him to win the middle. Like, I'd say he's ahead. I do not like this attack. Bring this guy back, but I think he's ahead if he doesn't do this and doesn't lose the infantry there. Like, that infantry mattered a lot. It forced him. If he had an extra infantry, he doesn't need to build a battleship. Imagine him with, instead of having to base skip, combine units, he builds a bomber. He builds his own neo-tank, but his own pressure. The best defense is a good offense. So just losing that early thing where the mech could have covered it, you could have had it. You just need one more deterrent, and usually you can defend against the HQ rush. You have your own tank too. Like, it would have been enough, I think. You wouldn't have to be forced to build a battleship. It just he was doing pretty good, man. And then he had really good tactics. I loved that. That was beautiful. But then these artilleries didn't do shit, man. What did this do? 6 damage to an infantry. What did this do? Absolutely nothing. It's 12k right there. So, well played. I mean, if you're playing against one of the best players of all time and you do some wonky stuff, I mean, it was still a very close game, too. So, I mean, that just speaks volumes in itself. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he could have... The battleship, it didn't give up the game, but it was very shaky. And then the artillery that was the icing on top. I think that's what really did him in. Honestly, like, he's been making artillery work so well in his other games, but I feel like this time he just went too crazy with the indirects on a base light map with very hard to infantry wall and protect your artillery. And there's a lot of copters flying around. I do not find artillery attractive at all. Your adder as well. You're not Jake. You're not going to get an artillery range bonus during your superpower or CO power. I just don't like the artillery play here. Neither of them did anything at all. And he had the early advantage with this property. He had both of these properties, didn't he? Or no, he had this property, but he had both of these properties. Or all 3 of those properties. He was looking very good if he kept an infantry alive over here, another one over here. He's had significant income. So it was sad to see that, but you know, he's mortal. He loses once in a while to some of the best players of all time. So anyway, I hope you learned something about this map. Hope you guys were entertained, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.